In this video, we will be troubleshooting light issues with the iPonic controller. If you are experiencing, for instance, my lights will not turn on or they will not turn off when they're supposed to, or they don't work at all no matter what I do, it's time to take a step back, view the programming, and identify indicators causing this dilemma. So let's do the following. Just by viewing the main status page tells us a lot. Lights correctly working will say auto and the background will be darkened. Look at these two autos and let's compare. This auto is actively on. This auto is waiting for programming parameters to be met to turn on, such as time, temperature, or relative humidity. If you were to look at the button here and force the controller on, as you can see the button changed. On means the lights are on and auto programming is disabled. If we go ahead and go to off, this tells us the lights are off and auto programming is disabled. Now if we go to timed override, and as you can see it's enabled, timed override overrides on, it overrides off, and it overrides auto. So you want to make sure your timed overrides, especially for lights, are disabled. Now, the last thing, the manual toggles on the back of the controller's printed circuit board, regardless of the front face programming, off, on, auto, timed override, whatever position that toggle is in, that's the state of this controller. So always make sure your manual toggles on the back are on auto. Another thing you can view is, which is important, is the controller's current time. Now the controller's current time here is 7:43 a.m. And if you go hit light and you go to settings, your daytime set points are from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., which that current time falls within this set point threshold. So the lights are on. Now also button number 1, if you have multiple banks and maybe one bank's not turning on when it's supposed to, or they're not responding to the way you want them to respond, button number 1, if you have multiple banks, will allow you to change bank mode. First bank only, alternate banks, second bank only, or both banks. Another important thing to remember as well, what you can do is a simple reset of the controller on the back side, pressing the red reset button. And when you do this, it will clear the memory. And now if a timer appears in the output status button for light, that's a good indicator that when that time expires, your lights will turn on. If your lighting issues still persist, please call our tech support so that we can further examine your issues and come up with a solution to overcome them. And that's our light troubleshooting video.